Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel, the place where I like to natter about all things sewing, vintage inspired and DIY style. If you're new here, my name's Tara, hello, and I love to spread the sewing love around. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then hit the subscribe and come and hang out with me in my cottage by the sea every Thursday for lots of sewing goodness. I have an epic fabric haul for you today and lots of my summer sewing plans, and I'm so excited to show you. The first thing that I am going to show you, or things I should say, are some beautiful vintage fabrics that I've been finding on my travels. First up, I have this cotton gauze, 1930s or 40s I presume. So beautiful, a sort of trellis print with roses and other flowers, sort of a cottage garden border, which I really love because I live in a cottage, although I don't have a garden, so that's a bit disappointing. This piece of fabric was £10 and you can see how narrow it is, how pretty it is. I'm staring at the screen because it's so gorgeous. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. There's quite a long length, but it's narrow. I think it's crying out to be a tea dress of some kind. The only thing with these fabrics is I'm too frightened to use them because they're too special, but we'll see. Then I have this other floral print. As you may know, I love a floral, who doesn't? There's not a huge amount of this. It's a cotton, again, fairly old, I presume, again, another sort of 40s or maybe it's a kind of later kind of copy of a vintage one. But I have this top on order. I was hoping to have the actual pattern to show you. And then I've seen a linen that's a sort of like berry colour like this, and I'm going to be making some shorts, so I might make the top and the shorts and do a little sunset. Who knows? I haven't decided. It's all to play for, and your suggestions are very gratefully received. Then I have this cotton poplin, which I'm assuming is a Liberty print. I haven't got nail varnish on. And I feel naked without nail varnish. I'm working on an Edwardian wedding dress and I'm paranoid about getting like any colour shed on it because I'd never get it out. There's a reasonable amount here, enough for some kind of top. I might save it and use it more towards the autumn though, but very, very, very pretty. I then have something very fabulous. Look, a novelty print cotton gauze from the 40s, I imagine. There's enough for a top. Again, very, very, needs to be washed. But how fun, how fun. And I'd really like to do a little blouse in it. Because, you know, it's just fabulous, isn't it? I just love it. Goes with my lipstick. So there's this one. Then the next one is one that I literally am so in love with, and you will understand why. This is a 1940s Rayon. And listen to the cold rayon swish. There's nothing like it now. With all these little bouquets of flowers and a blush pink background. I just love this so much. It's just the, you know, when you dream that you're going to find an amazing vintage fabric and then you find it. That's what this is. And I think I want to make the Liberty Bella tea dress. I've made it a few times. I think there's enough fabric here if I do some clever jiggery pokery in the pattern cutting. And, you know, just this is the version I've done before. It fits me well. I really love it, and I know that I'll wear it. I'd rather use a pattern that I'm really familiar with and really love with something that's as special as this one. Then I told you it was epic. Then I have this lovely cotton with these little bouquets of roses. It's a very fine lawn, I should think. Again, narrow, 1940s most probably. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I love it. And I'm trying to wear a bit more blue to bring out my eyes. But maybe there's quite a bit of it, so I don't know, some kind of little dress or a shirt. I'd definitely wear a shirt. Or actually, I know, I've cracked it. My new pattern, which will be launching any day. I have so pleased. I've worked so hard on it. This would be perfect for the blouse because it's a blouse and a dress. And I can tell you that it's called Greta. And that's about it at the moment. But this would make an amazing Greta blouse. And you will love it when you see it. And then the final bit of vintage fabric is a soft furnishing fabric. Really pretty. I don't know who it's by. I don't know when it's from. And I've got this idea of doing a like a tote bag with a ruffle around it, like a shopper bag. So I'm probably going to use that, and I think I'll do the ruffle in like a contrast colour or something. That's what's on my mind at the moment. Or I could do a cushion, but really I want like a big ruffly silly bag to walk around and take to the beach, should I go to the beach. I'm about to get completely out of my comfort zone. So I mentioned that I wanted to make some shorts, maybe out this berry colour linen. Now I've got a bit of an issue with my legs. And as a person, I'm all about accepting yourself, being kind to yourself, and just embracing what you have. And for me, that's hard because I've always been very self-conscious of my legs. For one, I'm very pale, and two, I have spidery veins and feel very self-conscious of walking around with shorts on. But, you know, I've got to do a bit of work on this. I've got to do some reframing. So I thought I am going to make myself some 1940s shorts. And I found this Simplicity pattern, a reproduction of a 1940s pattern, the 8654, and it's really lovely. Really, the shorts I just thought really lovely. They're not like too short. They're not shorty shorts, or bum shorts as I call them, and the little drawings there. And I also really like this little top. I'm not really a bearing my midriff person, but with a little bit of tweaking, I might be able to make this work. I'm going to give it a try anyway, even if I wear it over a swimming costume or, you know, with very high waist things, maybe it sort of works, but I really want to try it. So I bought this pattern, blowing out a bit. So I got this pattern and I ordered some fabric, just cheap fabric, because I didn't have anything that I wanted to use. And I would like to use some of the vintage fabrics maybe to do some of these bits and pieces. The skirt's really lovely as well, actually. And I ordered some fabric that I felt looked vintagey. I don't know, it's just a viscose challis. It not incredibly good quality. It was, you know, really cheap, just a couple of pounds a metre. I just got a couple of meters. You know, I'm not like totally in love with it, but I don't know if I like it, but I don't dislike it. I'm sort of a bit about it, but it's absolutely fine for a wearable toile, and I did think it looked quite vintagey and quite sort of summery. So I'm going to do a sort of a wearable toile out of this and see how I feel about legs on show and shorts in general, because I keep thinking about shorts and you only live once. My final thing was a little bit of a splurge, although not as much of a splurge as it would have been. I was very kindly given some money for my birthday, which is, you know, in the next few days. and Liberty London are having a sale of their fabrics at the moment, and I've had my eye on this fabric for a really long time. Absolutely love Sea Beasties, and I am going to be making one of my Greta dresses out of this, and I am just over the moon. I just love it. It's so brilliant. And the thing about lawns, and particularly Liberty London Tana lawns, is they wear so well. They last really well. I've got pieces that I made 20 years ago and I still really love. So it's a worthy investment, and this was, I think this worked out at £60 for the whole 4 meters, which is, you know, I think for a keepsake special occasion is fine to treat yourself every now and then, especially when someone's gifted you the money. I hope you've enjoyed looking at some of my fabrics and also some of my rather vague summer sewing plans. I'm really excited to start sewing for summer actually. I don't do very well with summer dressing, but I feel like with some beautiful fabrics and some winning patterns, you can't go wrong. If you've got any recommendations for summery dresses or patterns, vintage inspired or otherwise, let me know, because I'm always open to suggestions. I hope that you are enjoying the new freedoms that we are having and that you're keeping well and safe, and I look forward to seeing you next time for more sewing goodness. Happy sewing, my lovelies. See you next time. Bye.